Power Hour with John Lee.
We're going to rock next on the list. John List. John fucking List. So John List was your typical, posh looking kind of accountant type dude. Glasses, suit, tie, brown suit, brown briefcase kind of dude. And he had a really nice house and a beautiful family, even though he was drab to say the least. And a lot of people in society, a lot of people that he worked with, a lot of people in the town, basically people who knew him and semi-knew him, had a very high opinion of him, even envious of him. Picture book lifestyle again. Very conformative, you know what I mean? Conforming strongly to the stereotypes and parameters of that which we associate with success. But behind that veil, that carefully orchestrated veil of correctness and of prosperity, was a strange calculating mind. You see, John List was actually unemployed. All right, you're unemployed, no problem. I don't care about that. Everybody could be in that situation, couldn't they? You could lose your job. We're seeing that worldwide now. How many people have lost their jobs in this coronavirus shit? So I'm not judging him for that. I'm just saying that he was unemployed and pretending not to be. And it reminds me of a great film called Falling Down with Michael Douglas, which may have been based on this. This part of the film, no spoilers. But yeah, Michael Douglas is great in that film, and he's kind of similar in that way. He is a family man. He has been fired. He is pretending to go to work when he's not, rocking a suit and tie and all that. And that's what John List was doing. He's going out in the morning, rocking his suit, rocking his tie, rocking his briefcase. And sometimes when you see somebody like that and you think, briefcase in this day and age, what you rocking in there? You got sex toys in there, haven't you? In the next 20 minutes, you'll be on your hands and knees, you barking like a fucking dog. So that's probably the case with most of these people. But this was a long time ago. So he had an excuse for rocking his briefcase. And I think people didn't suspect the whole sex toy motif at the time. And he was lying to his family as well. And they all thought that Daddy was going to work and having a great time doing it and earning lots of money. Because they lived in like a 16-bedroom house. Which is, that's a palace, really, a 16-bedroom house. Unless it's a 16-bedroom shithole. Which it actually wasn't. It was a nice house. It was all the trimmings. And then one day, he starts writing letters to the pastor, the priest or whatever. And the hair on my glasses pissing me off. So he starts writing letters. He sits down, starts writing letters to the pastor. He's saying, this whole, family life thing that I'm doing is not really working out too well for me. I'm not really feeling it. I don't think my kids are feeling it. I don't think my mum's feeling it because he lived with his mother as well. And I don't think my wife's feeling it. And just from a practical perspective, I don't really feel like I should continue in this vein. So I'm going to take some steps to sort it out. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to kill everyone. And that's what he did. So she's sitting at the kitchen table with a paper and with the breakfast there, orange juice, coffee, cakes and that, whatever she has for her breakfast. And he walks in behind her with a gun. Bang! Shoots her in the fucking head. Splat blood all over the kitchen table. And he deals with that situation by going upstairs, straight up the stairs with his gun to his mother's bedroom. Because you see, this is awkward now. And he walks into his mother's bedroom and he says, "Good morning." Yeah. Bang! Executes her, point blank range. Because she can't really be finding that in the kitchen. I mean, that would be unfair. It'd be uncouth, actually, to allow your mother to see your dead wife in the kitchen where you've just blown her fucking brains out. I mean, that's just not the done thing, is it? So I'll have to blow her fucking brains out in bed. That's, obviously the only way to solve this situation. And then he goes back down the stairs and he's cancelling newspapers, and he's feeding the fish, and he's washing the dishes, and he's having his own breakfast and all that. And then he waits. He spends the day in the house because he's waiting for his kids to come home, which they do at the end of the day. He's got 2 sons and a daughter. They come home from school as they normally would. But of course, they can't be confronted with the sight of the mother who's been executed by the father, or their grandmother who's been executed by her son, their father, in the house. Because that would be too traumatic for the kids. They would be very disappointed to find out that the father is actually a murderous bastard who hasn't got a job. And therefore, the best thing to do is to let them walk into the kitchen and creep up behind them. Bang! Now, he's got a revolver. You know what I mean? It's not a machine gun. So it's bang! Bang! And I know it's graphic. Bang! But that's how you'd have to do it. You know what I mean? You'd have to shoot them in the head one at a time. I mean, the horror of that. You're coming in, you've got your brother and your sister with you. Bang! Fucking blood. What? Your dad's behind you with a gun. What the fuck? Bang! And then the next one. Bang! He's took them all out. Then he's turned the heating down so that the bodies didn't start stinking too fucking quick and alert the neighbours and anybody else. He's left the house, he's locked it up, left the bodies of his wife, his mother, and his 3 kids inside the house, shot to death, execution style. Right? And then he's disappeared. He's gone. He's off the map. No one knows where he is. 18 years later, for whatever reason, he's on America's Most Wanted, the television program. Somebody recognises him because he's still alive. Not only is he still alive, the little bastard has recreated his life. He's married, he's a fucking unemployed accountant, and he's up to his tits in debt. I mean, he's literally recreated his life again without the kids and the mother in the fucking attic. But again, nobody suspected him at all. And they went and they arrested him, they brought him in, and he just explained that he'd done all that because it was the right thing to do. It was logical. What else am I going to do? Not execute my entire family and tell them that I haven't really got a job and I'm a lying bastard. I mean, can you imagine the psychological effect on everybody if they found out I'm a liar? No, I can't do that. That's why I executed them all in a routine manner and disappeared. Fucking lunatic. But I don't think he's a lunatic. I've seen him in interviews. He's just calm. Just thinks that's the right thing to do. And I think some people have an ability and a propensity to do things that most of us just don't understand on a fundamental level. We just don't know what a psychopath is or how they operate. We're looking for some kinds of humanity in them that are not there. And, well, they must be crazy or they must be, evil. Maybe they're just not like most people. Maybe some people are just different and capable of things that we're not capable of doing or whatever. Because Susan Smith was from South Carolina in America, and she was a working class girl, really, and she grew up with unfortunate circumstances. Her father committed suicide when she was growing up, and she gets a stepfather. So her mother gets a new husband, sets up with somebody else, right? But he's a sexual fucking abuser. This guy's a pedo. He's a dirty, dirty pedo. And so he starts sexually abusing this young girl who's the daughter of his girlfriend or of his wife. You know what I mean? Filth. And she can't stand the abuse, man. She can't handle it. I don't know where the mother is in all this, so I can't say whether she was culpable in any way. But the fact is that she got a new husband who started abusing her daughter, and this did continue for a period of time to the point where she tried to commit suicide twice. Susan Smith, when she was a kid, teenager growing up, tried to commit suicide twice. I don't know. I mean, immediately, I think, right, you've got this new boyfriend or husband. I don't know if they got married. That's pretty clear by now. And now your teenage daughter is trying to commit suicide. Well, okay, maybe. And then it happens again. You're not, I don't know. It seems suspicious to me that you might think, yeah, is there something happening here in this house? And if so, what? But no, that didn't happen. Apparently, he got away with it for a very long time. And I think this created a certain mindset in Susan Smith. Maybe she was just desperate for a good man. A man that would love her and take care of her and respect her and just treat her well. And she found one. And she fell in love with him. And one of the ingredients that made him special was his money. He was successful, which is often used, obviously, as a euphemism for rich. And this boy had cash money. And she wanted it, security, financial security, the kind of lifestyle I could get used to. Rah, cash. You know what I mean? Just fucking say it. So she wanted the cash. She wanted the money. This guy had it. And he probably had other qualities that she was into. But then she gets a letter. And the letter says, blah, 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 blah. There are things about you that I don't like. Yes, I'm talking about your kids. I mean, come on. That's fucking rude. And we've all been in those situations where you meet a girl, a woman, you go round to her house and she's got 7 kids and they're all fucking mental and one of them tries to bite your face, and she's going, oh, God, you got to love them, aren't they gorgeous? They're so wild. They're just like the dad. Well, the dads, but they're all in prison, and it's, fuck this, getting out of here. But this doesn't seem to have been the case. They seem to have been 2 fairly nice, normal kids. But he just wasn't up for it. He just didn't want that. Now, he should have said that day one. Unless she lied about having kids. I've got 2 kids. Right, listen, I'm not interested in that. I don't want to bring another man's children home. Don't need it. Every time I've seen that on television or anywhere else, it's been a fucking nightmare. So I'm not into it. Bye-bye. You know what I mean? Because I'm not asking you to leave your kids, so I'm going to leave the scene. Call me what you want as I walk away. But he doesn't do that. He sends her a letter seemingly proposing that, your kids are the problem here. Maybe it was an excuse. I don't know. But she decided that the kids really needed to go. And so they did. The kids disappeared. And she goes to the police and she tells his story about this black man, of course, because fucking racist, goes saying, oh, this black man has abducted me kids and I don't know where my kids are. And they say, oh, for fuck's sake, that's terrible, man. I have to sort this out straight away. So they get the press down there and the camera's out and they're doing this press conference and whatnot. Come on, Susan, tell everyone what's happened. So she starts bleating this bullshit story and everyone's like, you what? So where's the ransom? I mean, black guy came, took your car, or he burgled your house, or he had your jewellery off you, he took your money off you. No, he just took the kids and fucked off. Well, I mean, that's an unusual crime to say the least. I mean, he might just murder people on the scene if that's where he is. Take them away for later crimeage. Very unusual, kind of what? Not impossible, but not seeing the crime angle here. Anyway, they started polygraphing her because they're thinking, nah, this don't add up at all. And they kept asking the question, do you know where your children are? No. And so the question came back over and over again, and every time she reacted the same. And so they've started putting more pressure on her, find out what's actually gone on. Where are the kids? Do you know what I mean? Are they alive? Are they dead? Are you hiding the kids? What's going on? What she'd actually done, right? She'd got the kids, she got them in the car, and she's drugged them. I think she drugged them. Kids are asleep, okay? They're in the back of the car. She drives down to the river. Okay, you see where I'm going with this, where she was going with this. She strapped the kids into the car, right? She's taken the fucking handbrake off. She's gone round to the back of the car and she's pushed. And she's a small, slight girl, yeah? She's pushed the car down this gradient. It's not a fucking hill, you just push it and fuck off. She's had to push it. I've seen it, right? She had to push it down this hill like that and push the car with the kids in it into the river. And the car, right, according to the estimations I saw, took about half an hour, 40 minutes. It took a long time for this fucking car to go down. So her kids wake up and they, what the fuck, right? There's fucking water in the car. Where's mummy? They turn round. She's fucking standing there, looking at them, watching them. They're banging their hands, the fists on the glass. Right, mummy, help us, get us out. And she's just standing there waiting for the car to sink. Right, the horror inside that car, the inability to understand what's going on, and the water level rising all the while. And that fucking bitch is standing there just watching them, waiting. Come on, for fuck's sake, sink. And then, of course, they sank. And they went into the river, engulfed by the water, invisible to anybody going past or the next day or whatever. So this fucking bitch, because she wanted to be with this man who had some cash, and she had a boyfriend. She wanted to leave the boyfriend, couldn't really leave the kids, didn't want to run off. I don't know what the fuck process was, but she decided that what she needed to do was to kill her kids so that she could be with this man who had money. So basically she killed her kids for money. Don't give a fuck what you say. She killed the kids for money. And then lied about it. And then did a press conference lying about it. Lied about it 4 times on polygraph tests. Until she was cornered and then she admitted it. Fucking scum. Susan Smith.